Three for the Money is brought to you by the Trend Center app. This is the best tool for sports betting research. The Trend Center app, you can test betting systems from the past 20 years, explore thousands of existing trends and systems from top betting experts, choose from hundreds of filters to test different systems for each sport. Save these trends and get notified when their systems have games. Download the app and use our code TFTM for 15% off a premium membership after a 2-day free trial. Okay. We're here. We're back. It's Three for the Money. New episodes every Thursday brought to you by the Trend Center app. TFTM at checkout for a premium membership. Best tool on the planet for sports bettors. We're about to go into week 2. I'm going to speak for myself and say we're going to leave week 1 in the past because I ended up down horrendous. I lost everything. Oh well. Let's time to get back on the horse, I guess. But I ended up going 1-10, which does not feel good at all. I don't think I've had a couple like 0-7 and 0-8 days, but 1-10, that's I guess I won, 1, but did I really? Did I really win a
Don't
bet?
don't let yourself take away your own win.
No,
Does that make sense?
I need to beat myself down in order to get into the right mindset because yes, it's week 1 for everyone, but
Uh-huh.
this is just this is a travesty. This is a travesty. I look like the Titans right now. Just a travesty. Just a travesty. I also lost all my college picks last week, so we're leaving like last week in the dust. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna move on, and I'm gonna say hello to Sean this time first before Chris.
Hello, Will.
Hello, Sean.
Um,
How are you today?
I I'm all right today.
You guys are really
Last
crushing
weekend,
this right now.
I know, right? Um, Last week was a different story. I think I can speak for all of us. We didn't have the greatest week 1 in history. Um, but I did end up a quarter of a unit up on week 1. Thank you to Lamar Jackson. And after we left our buddy's house, I left at halftime for the Bills-Ravens game, got home, and I put a full unit on Josh Allen, anytime touchdown plus 400. That helped a lot. And then Monday night, we all had the under, I'm pretty sure. But also shout out to Aaron Jones for scoring that tutty. Saved my ass, dude. So, but um, we move on. I feel a lot better about week 2. I don't know about y'all, but week 2, I like it a little bit too much, which I hate. But we'll get into it. Chris, how are you doing?
um, kind of like Will, bad. Um, I wasn't quite as bad. No offense. Well, I went 3-10, all said and done.
It's okay.
I mean, it was a disaster. Hit my surefire, hit a few touchdown props here and there. So it helped me kind of stay afloat. I guess I was still down bad, but it wasn't like awful. It wasn't as bad as it could have been. Um, but yeah, I love the week 2 board. And I hate that just because of how terrible I was last week. So especially the last 3 I lost being the Ravens money line, Bears money line, and the under in Monday Night Football were all just gut punches.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that was a travesty.
Like the Ravens, like what the fuck was that? They just like a total meltdown, and then JJ McCarthy as much shit as I've been talking about him, just shoved it up my ass in the fourth quarter. I mean, just fucked me on the under and obviously Bears money line. It was just to lose three in a row like that was not fun. But yeah, we're on to week two. Let's leave it in the past.
Yes, week one is in the past. I I'm in my own head right now. I'm in a mental battle with myself. Making these picks, I was like, I don't know anything anymore. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna go with my heart. I'm just gonna not my head, my heart, because that's where the real gamblers win. Hopefully. Um, so all right, I'm going to. I guess I'll just get this going. So Thursday night football. The Washington Manders at the Green Bay Packers. Packers home favorites by 3.5. Packers looked really, really good against the Lions. Now, it is still, it's week two now, but last week was week one, obviously. Uh, and we're not really sure kind of what the Lions are right now. Uh, but we do know that the Packers are a good team. They have good players and a good coach. That's what we know. And the Manders, I mean, it feels like they made quick work of the Giants, but not really convincing. Not like really like a convincing way. Even it is a divisional game. Yes, Chris.
It was, I'm agreeing with you. It was a very, probably, I mean, I didn't watch much of the game, but just like what little like bits and pieces I saw, it was maybe one of the most unconvincing like 21-6 wins I can remember.
Yes.
Like it never felt, it was like, wow, the Commanders are just stomping them. But it was also like, okay, well, the Giants were obviously never in the game, but it never felt like the Commanders were just like they obviously had control, but it was never like a molly whopping.
Hmm. Yeah. So I mean I'll kick it off. I got the Packers here. I got the Packers minus 3.5. It feels chalk, but I'm just I was getting in two in my head in week one. I was just trying to sniff out the rats. Maybe I'm the rat. Maybe I am the rat that's screwing over myself. So I'm just gonna go with my heart here. Packers minus 3.5. They're the better team. They should win by 4 pretty easily. Uh, I think that's all I have. Also, there's a bunch of trends for the Packers on the Trend Center app, leading to that as well. So, leaning on that, Packers minus 3.5. Chris, what do you have for this game?
I agree. Maybe not the best sound in the world that the two coldest gamblers on the show agree right off the bat, but I'm going with it. Packers minus 3.5. Like you said, I think they are the better team. I think they have the better coach. They have the better defense, I think, easily. Offense, not so much, but you got 3 out of 4, or 2 out of 3, I guess. That'll do. Um, we all know Micah Parsons now with the Packers. He dominated the Commanders when he was with Dallas last season. He had 4.5 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, and 6 QB hits and across 2 games against the Commanders last season. I think he'll kind of just keep doing his thing. I think he'll get after Jaden Daniels, and I just think the Packers defense is good enough to contain them. And I don't think Washington's, I know they pretty much dominated the Giants, but the Giants fucking suck. I read that, I read that game totally wrong. I don't think Washington's defense is still very good. I think the Packers are going to have to win this by at least 4, hopefully more to make it a little sweat free. But yeah, going with the Packers. A stat. This was not from Trend Center. This was from, I wish it was on Twitter. I wish I remember the account so I could give him credit. But this is since 2019. In the first 3 weeks of the season, the Packers are 16-3 against the spread, 8-0 against the spread at home. So go Pack, go. Give me the Packers minus 3.5. Sean, what do you think?
I'm going with the Manders on the
That's
hook. Might be dumb. It might be dumb because the Packers, they look pretty damn good. And like y'all said, I don't think the Manders looked all that convincing, but did a little digging into the Packers injury report. Looks like they have some health concerns on the O line. Guard Aaron Banks and tackle Zach Tom. Highly questionable on a short week. Justin Fields could find himself far less time in the pocket, short runs, not enough protection up front. Now I do
Jordan
have a little
Love,
trend. What did I say?
Justin Fields.
I said just sorry, Jordan Love. I'm looking at the Bills Jets game that we got coming up next.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Jordan Love could find himself far less time in the pocket, short runs. But I do have a trend from our friends at the Trend Center. Commanders as dogs against the spread after wins since 2018. Pretty self-explanatory. Don't really need to go into detail there. 24-8 in the last 6 years. I'm going to take the Manders. More healthy than the Packers. I feel pretty confident with the Manders plus 3.5 here.
Okay. I totally get it. I don't look down on you at all. It's probably the right pick.
That
Um,
sounds sarcastic, but
I
we're going to
don't,
go with it.
I'm in no position to judge anyone's picks. Um,
Neither of us, all three of us, are neither in a position to judge anybody,
exactly.
except for me, because I went up
I was gonna say
a
you
quarter of
won
a
money
unit.
in week one.
Except for me. I went up a quarter of a unit. I can judge y'all
Yes,
off of mine.
but I can't do anything. I can't do anything right. Moving on, the next game, Bills at the Jets. Jets in a shootout with the Steelers. Pretty entertaining game, not gonna lie, not gonna front there. Bills miracle comeback against the Ravens. I don't know if you could call it a miracle. They were down by 15, but like they're just a good team. They're just a good football team. Jets are home dogs by 6.5, and I'm gonna let Chris go first on this one.
All right. I'm gonna go over 45 and a half. Both these defenses looked real bad last week. The Jets let old man Rodgers throw for what is it, 244 yards and four tutties. I know he's amazing and I'm like one of the best, historically one of the best of our lifetime, but he's still 41, 42 years old. And then on the other side, I mean, the Bills, up until the last 5 minutes of that game, couldn't fucking do anything on defense. Lamar Jackson ran for 70 yards and a touchdown. Justin Fields, obviously no Lamar Jackson, but he can still move around. I think he'll be able to run against the Bills. Um, yeah, I just don't think either defense is very good. A couple stats for this: the over is 5-0 in the Bills' last five road games, and 4-1 in the Jets' last five home games. So over 45 and a half. I think it's still at 40. It wasn't 45 when I was doing research earlier. I'll still take it at 46. Um, yeah, lock it up. Over. Um, Will, what do you think? Did you give a pick already?
No,
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. All right, Will, what do you think?
I'm also on the over 46.5. Um, it's it just felt like we're going off what we know. We're going off what we know. The Bills couldn't stop the Ravens, and I mean, I guess they contained them in the last quarter of the game, but the Jets not really being able to stop Aaron Rodgers. He's ancient, uh, and I think that the Jets defense is very liable against, a not geriatric quarterback. So I think it's pretty fair to go with the over here. I feel like this also kind of protects against like if the Bills just womp the Jets. I feel like this also can roll into that. I don't know if that made sense at all, but it's like I'm not really betting on the Bills to womp them, but if they do, it's probably going to help me. So I am going over 46.5. Sean.
Yep. Over 46.5. I had a stat here. Hold on. Real quick. Just want to comment on what you said, Will. I am kind of also banking on, the Bills to kind of womp up on them because I think their last matchup, Bills won like 40-17 or something. Like it was a complete blowout, but over cruised. But other than that, um, the Jets look way better than with Justin Fields than anyone they've had under center in God knows how long. I know it's only one game, but that was the most fun I've ever watched the Jets play. was last week versus the Steelers. Um, Now let's get into it. The Bills lead the league in scoring, but their defense ranks 31st. The Packers' defense is 30th, while their offense is fifth overall and fourth overall in rushing, facing the Bills' league worst run defense. On the flip side, the Bills are first in passing yards against the Jets' 22nd ranked pass defense. A lot of numbers I'm throwing out, but just keep up. Both offenses are clicking early, and I got trends to back it up. Jets overs versus the AFC opponents after both teams went over are 53-24 all time, 9-1 in the last 10. Bills over after a cover hit at 29-13-4, including 6-2-2 in the last 10. Over 40, I got it over 45 and a half. I'm not sure if the line has moved, but I might take this up to 47 and a half, to be honest. Numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie. It's the only thing we have. Um,
Real quick,
cool.
is Justin Fields already the best Jets quarterback since Mark Sanchez?
He might be. He might, like, everything I was looking up, I was like, Justin Fields might be like in the Ring of Honor by next week.
I heard a stat that this was the first game that the Jets did not punt in the first half since 1991.
Jesus Christ.
That's fucking insane.
Hey, good for them.
I like it though. I like
Oh
it.
yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Yes, good for them. Okay, moving on. We're all on the over. All right, next game, Broncos at the Colts. Broncos really tried to give that game away to the Titans. But yeah,
Ryan Callahan said no thanks.
I don't want it.
yeah. And
Sean Payton was like, you can have it. Now let him have it. You can have it.
Yes, and the Colts beat the shit out of the Dolphins. Now the Dolphins win. I don't know. That's a tough one to kind of diagnose there. Is Danny Dimes good? I don't know. Tough to say, but I mean, if his career started last week, yes, he's very good. Uh, Unfortunately, he's not. But the Colts are home dogs by 2 points here in this game. It feels like the Broncos have a really good defense, and it feels like the Colts have a competent, just a regular middle of the road defense, maybe. Um, yeah, they stopped them against Tua, but it's like for multiple reports are saying that they put him back in with a concussion, and it's like this guy can't even fucking see, and he's playing an NFL quarterback. They might as well put me in there. But yeah, Colts home dogs by 2. Sean, what is your play for this game?
I'm on the Colts money line, straight up. Indy looks sharp week one. Shockingly at quarterback as well. Um, I mean that they've got one of their most efficient passing performances in years last week. Shane Steichen, couple trends on him. Excuse me. Um, he's got his team ready early. He's 16-8 against the spread in September through November since taking over, tied for the league's best against the spread. Uh, yeah, their defense showed up last week. Also, on the other side, Bo Nix struggles, and early starts. He's 1-4 in his last five, and three straight road losses, both straight up and against the spread. Denver's defense is elite, but I don't think their offense has actively proven that they can consistently finish games. I gotta go with Indy. Yep, Steichen early in the year, almost automatic. The Colts defense is, as we've seen as of yet, is pretty okay. So, and the Broncos offense gave up four turnovers to the Titans last week. Um, and Nix has yet to prove he can win on the road. So I'm going to take the Colts outright at home. Chris, what do you got?
Um, excuse me. I'm going under 42 and a half. Kind of similar points you made, Sean. Bo Nix did not look good against a very, I'll say, mediocre Titans defense. Yeah, just some really bad picks. Just didn't really look, especially like the guy we saw last year. Daniel Jones obviously dominated last week for the Colts. That's not going to happen again. Like, we have enough tape on this guy. He's not good. The Broncos defense, I think, is leaps and bounds better than the Dolphins defense. I think they'll shut him down. I don't think either offense is going to be able to move the ball. Daniel Jones, home unders. I believe we've addressed this in previous years on the show. Home unders in a game that where Daniel Jones is starting is 25, 10, and 1. So give me under 42 and a half. I think this game's going to suck. So, yes, under. Will, what do you think?
Real quick, Chris, do you think it's going to suck as bad as that Thursday night Broncos Colts game?
I don't think anything can be. That might be one of the worst football game ever played since the forward pass, maybe. That wasn't like that didn't involve like weather. That like what was the final in that game?
I think it was like 6-0 or something. Maybe. I'm being generous with that too.
Yeah, that game was abysmal.
Yeah.
I'm mad I didn't bring that up because I was thinking that when I was like doing notes for this. I was like, oh, I should bring up when they play on Thursday night, and it was the worst, and I forgot. So thank you. But yes, this game's gonna. It won't be that bad. I mean, if it is, I won't complain. But I don't think it'd be that bad. But it's gonna suck.
This matchup historically sucks, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
So
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, what you got?
Sorry about that. It's okay. I am also on the under. It feels like, I mean, y'all really took the words out of my mouth here. I know we're neck and neck here, Chris.
So we're riding and dying together, brother.
At least
we'll be like Thelma and Louise driving off that cliff if this goes poorly.
Well, here we are. But yeah, I mean, there's really not much more to say here. The Broncos defense is very, very good. And the offense is pretty unproven. The Colts offense looked fantastic. Got to give it to them. But at the same time, it is only been week one. And it's your defense obviously looks great when you're playing against a guy with a conky. So I'm on the under 42, and conky means concussion.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Lad. You're talking about Lad. Yeah.
I was like, he plays for the Chargers.
Yeah, I was like,
conky is concussion. But
makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, but any defense.
That's all I was thinking. Sorry. Anyway.
But yeah, any defense will look good against that. So I'm on the under as well. And I totally forgot that both these teams had that historic, terribly matchup back a couple years ago. So let's rock. Let's rock on that.
I need to look up that score real quick.
Yeah. You do that. All right, moving on. Next game, Eagles at the Chiefs. Chiefs home dogs by 1 point. Super Bowl rematch. I guess I will go first. I feel like if I don't take Eagles money line here, I just might need to be hung. I don't know. Might need to unalive myself or something. That might be really extreme.
Jesus.
You know what?
Let's relax.
I don't know. Yes, let's relax.
Me too, man.
With the Chiefs out Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice, I feel like I cannot justify putting money on the Chiefs right now. And if you put this line at 1, and the Eagles are favored by 1, I'm going to take the money line. It's a bit safer because I need a little bit more safety in my life. If we've known anything from from the Sunday night football game and the Monday night football game. So I am on Eagles money line. I feel like they're just head and shoulders above better than the Chiefs right now. The Chiefs are they're not playing with a full deck, and something seems kind of off. It might just be because they've played a lot of football over the past what 7 years, 6 7 years, something like that. That's a lot of football. That'll wear and tear on you. So I'm on Eagles money line. John, did you find the score of that game?
Yeah, it was 12-9 and it went to overtime.
Oh, it
Yeah,
did
it
go
So
did.
it
overtime.
was 9-9 going into overtime, which was I
I was gonna
completely
say,
forgot about that part.
I was gonna, I thought your 6-0 was right because I remember that there wasn't a touchdown scored in the
Yeah,
game.
yeah. I completely forgot it went to overtime. I think I stopped like paying attention.
I think I turned it off. Like, I mean,
Like,
because that was like deep in the season too. It wasn't like
was
week
it?
one, or I
No, no,
think
no. That was week one.
it
No, it
Or
was.
was no. It was in October. It
Yeah,
was
because it was
early
cold. I
October.
remember it being like freezing in Denver. Yeah, I was like, I don't need football right now. Like I'm good. I don't need it this bad.
I remember it was a Thursday night, and I believe I had the Broncos spread, which was like it was definitely less than a touchdown because I remember watching that game and thinking like they can still cover overtime.
I,
And the Colts had Matty Ice, and I was like, this guy's horrendous. This was pretty early in the season. This wasn't like I remember.
it
I
wasn't.
mean,
Yeah, it
obviously, I
wasn't.
wouldn't.
It wasn't
Oh,
deep, but it wasn't like week one or week two where it's like I'm gonna watch football no matter what it is. It was deep enough where I'm like, you know what, I'm good missing this one.
it like they hadn't fired their coach yet, um, and it was yeah, yeah. I remember I watched that game. I stayed up to watch that game. I was
Yeah.
very upset.
Denver
Um,
was 3.5 point favorites on that game.
yeah, because I knew that they could still cover, so I continued watching. But anyway, Sean, what was your pick for the Eagles Chiefs?
I'm going to go. Shit, hold on. Sorry, I had to. Okay, I'm going to go under 47 and a half. Both teams coming off extended rest, and there's been a strong sin trend on that under since 2018. When both teams have 8+ days off, the under is 107, 66, and 3. That's hitting 62% of the time. 6-3-1 in the last 10. This isn't going to be the Super Bowl shootout that we got a couple years ago. Chiefs defense still a top 10 by metric standing. And, they've leaned heavily toward lower scoring games as of late. Since the start of last season, the second half under in Chiefs games is 29-13. And what that tells you is that even if we see points early, these games are going to slow all the way down in the second half. Mahomes off a loss usually bounces back, but it doesn't always mean fireworks, just winning football games. Combine that with well-rested defenses, Kansas City's second half under trend, and the fact that the market hasn't budged off this number, just as we've seen a lot of lines move just today. I think the sharper play is the under, so I'm taking under 47 and a half. Chris, what you got?
Took the words right out of my mouth, down to the stat.
Oh,
Under
hell yeah.
47 and a half.
I took your
Um,
stat this week.
you did. I have the exact same thing written down. I mainly take before I saw that stat, I wrote the under down because I was like, I don't know who to pick in this game. My my heart said Philly, but my head said Kansas City because it's like, yes, Kansas or Philly is better on almost every single position other than quarterback. But this is just a game the Chiefs find a way to win historically.
Oh,
Like
God.
when you're like, this is just like
Believe in something, Will. It's all right.
no, like, and I
It's all right.
don't like wholeheartedly agree with this. That's why I didn't take it. I took the under, but it's just like I could see myself taking the Eagles, and then it's like, oh, there's no like they're better. Like this is just the better team will win. That's just what happens all the time, right? And then the Chiefs win in overtime or something like that. So yeah, I'm going under 46.5 for everything Sean said. And the stat. The Chiefs defense has been thinking about this game since the Super Bowl ended because they got fucking torched. So they're going to be playing with their hair on fire. They're not letting that happen again. Yeah, under 46.5. Or
And
47.5, excuse me.
I will say that it does suck to bet the under in this game. I'm not happy about it, but it's the sharp play.
You can still get good football with an under, especially like 46.5. Like we can still get
Yeah,
24-20.
true. True.
Yeah. Um, okay, moving on. Next game, Sunday night football. The Falcons at the Vikings. Vikings are home favorites by 3.5 here. Um, let's see. Vikings came back against the Bears. Good for them. They won a game against the Chicago Bears. Definitely not salty. The Falcons could have won the game against the Bucks,
Could have
but they
tied.
didn't. Could have tied, but they didn't. Young Ho Koo, more like Young Ho Poo. That's what I got to say about that. Um, I'm sure he's never heard that one before. But yes, so Falcons looked not bad, not bad in this game. Um, I am, yeah. Sean, you go first.
I'm on the Falcons plus 3.5.
Okay.
I think Minnesota has some really tough scheduling here. They're playing their second straight night game. And also, JJ McCarthy is the first rookie to play back-to-back night games like this. Um, just a little stat for you. Um, so, since 2002, teams in this exact spot are just 3-6 straight up and against the spread, failing to cover by more than 4 points per game. On the flip side, Raheem Morris actually covers better on the road than he does at home. He's 20-17-1. It's not much better, but it's better. Um, but yes, the Falcons' rushing attack was bad week one. Chemistry between Michael Penix Jr. and Drake London is kind of legit, kind of real. London led the team in targets and receptions. And dating back to last season when Penix got more run, London was one of the most productive receivers in the league over the final 3 weeks. Yes, Atlanta is historically the worst against the spread football team in the last 8 years, but I think this number is inflated against a Viking team with a brutal scheduling spot. I'm going to go with the Falcons plus 3.5. Now, Will, I'm going to throw it back to you.
I am also on the Falcons plus 3.5 here. Um, that was just kind of what my gut was going with. It felt like the Vikings were really soft against the run against the Bears. Um, I'm not a DeAndre Swift believer. I had him in fantasy last year. The guy shit the bed so many games. He didn't totally shit the bed this game, but it felt like whenever he ran, he got like 6, 7, 8 yards each time, and was just really thanks. Um, and really involved with the offense and looking really good. So I'm gonna go with the Falcons. They were really close to tying it with the Bucks. Um, and if they lose by 3 again, that's okay because I'll win money. Chris, what do you got?
I guess I'm on an island on this one. I'm on the Vikings minus 3.5. These two teams very, especially on offense, very similar. Um, Rookie quarterbacks who didn't really look very good until the fourth quarter in their last game. So defense that mainly kept them in it, or at least somewhat in it in the Vikings standpoint. But I'm going to look to coaching for this one. I think Kevin O'Connell is a far better coach than Raheem Morris. I think Raheem Morris sucks. I think he's out of there in 2 years. I don't think he's good at all.
You're probably right, but
Yeah, the guy's a bum. I pull up his coaching record. He's 29-48. He sucks. Just I think the Vikings defense will get after Penix. They were able to get after Williams, and so he will about Caleb Williams. He's been in the league long enough to, or two, I guess this is his second year. He's been in the league longer than Penix, so he should be competent. And he wasn't after that first drive, so I think they'll get after Penix. I think they'll fluster him. JJ McCarthy, like I said in the intro, he shoved it up my ass. So I still don't think he's a particularly great quarterback, but I think he'll do enough to win this game by 4 points. So yeah, Vikings minus 3.5.
Okay, moving on. Next game we're going to discuss is one of, excuse me, the Monday night football games, and that's Bucks at the Texans. Texans home favorites by 2.5. Um, did I have a pick for this? Oh, I do. Okay. Texans, I've got to be honest, didn't watch that game at all. Um, and the Bucks game, I obviously did watch that a little bit. Bucks look really good. Bucks look kind of like the same team as last year, like really pretty explosive on offense and very pretty good on defense. So I am going to throw this to Chris first because he probably has a more shelled out thought behind this game. Chris?
Going back to the bake show, I'm taking Bucks. I'm taking them on the money line. The Texans might be bad. I know it's week one. I know this could be an overreaction. This could look like the worst take in the world in 3 or 4 weeks, but they can't really do anything outside of CJ Stroud. Their offensive line was terrible last year. They retooled it. I think it was almost completely new this year. They still gave up 3 sacks. Granted, the Rams are pretty solid defensive front, still gave up 3 sacks. I believe their center was carted off the field. He has a high ankle sprain. Don't know if he's going to play. I know high ankle sprains are bad, especially if you're like 300 pounds. So he's probably not going to play. That's just my professional medical opinion. They can't run the football. I mean, Nick Chubb cannot be a bell cow at this stage in his career. He just can't. They can't move the football other than CJ Stroud. And I mean, he wasn't that great last year, and he was, dare I say, like pretty mediocre to bad. Grant, I did not watch. I just kind of going off box score. He didn't really, nothing really jumped off the page at me. Um, the Bucks didn't really get after the quarterback in week one. Todd Bowles called out the defense in the post game presser, saying like we got to get after, we got to do a better job pass rush. So I think they'll come out with their hair on fire. I think they'll get after CJ Stroud, make him uncomfortable. And yeah, I think Baker's good enough to beat a, granted, very good, but still like quite beatable Texans defense. So yeah, I don't really need too many excuses to back Baker Mayfield, especially on prime time. So yeah, give me the Bucks on the money line. Sean, what are you taking?
I want Will to go first.
All right. Well, what are you taking?
I'm also on the Bucks. I am kind of wondering why the Texans are favored. Um, I don't
I think
At
it's just
home.
because they're at home. I mean, because
okay.
it wasn't 2.5. That's probably
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's generous they give him two instead of three. Like it's just home field advantage.
yeah.
Okay. Um, I'm also on the Bucks. It just feels like they're a bit more of a fleshed out team. I don't think the Rams are showstoppers by any means, but it really didn't seem like they could do anything against them. Just going off box score as well. I didn't see any highlights or anything. But yeah, I forgot that Nick Chubb was on the Texans until this morning when I was listening to a podcast about this game. But uh, yeah, I'm on the Bake Show. I don't really have anything else to add. I mean, I just feel like they are a better team, uh, and they have better players. I don't know. I really don't have much to add. Sean, was that what you were looking for, or
Yeah, I
okay,
just wanted you to go first because I got some stats to spit real
okay,
quick.
please.
So I'm on the Bucks, obviously. Texans keep their script going from last season. Great in the first half, bad in the second. They were the best first half against the spread team last year and the worst second half against the spread team last year. Um, and they carried that over into week one against the Rams. And that ties directly into CJ Stroud's split. First half passer rating, 80.9. Drops to 67.3 in the second. The exact same issue as last year. Uh, Stroud also has not been good in the early parts of weeks one and two of the NFL season. He is 0 and 5 against the spread in his career in weeks one to two. The most without a win against the spread since any quarterback since 2003. Now,
Wow.
Houston's a favorite after not scoring a touchdown last week. That's a bad spot historically. Just favorites in that spot, 9 and 24 against the spread. On the other side, Baker and the Bucks, better position than people think. Uh, it's only the third time in his career Baker has started 1 and 0. Wild. Um, and in both of those other games, Tampa went on to win and cover to start 2 and 0. Baker also turned this around, starting his career, or Baker also turned this around in road play. He started his career 17 and 31 straight up with the Browns, but he is 6 and 3 straight up over his last two seasons. Pretty good. Um, I don't know if y'all looked into this at all, but Bowles and Baker both have pretty ugly prime time against the spread records. I don't have the numbers on those because I didn't write them down. Um, but we're getting the points here. We're going just Bucks straight up money line against a Texas team that just has shown that they cannot finish games. Take the Bucks. Easy money.
Hell yes. Okay. Well, that's the main slate of games that we're going to talk about here. Obviously, we'll have a pick for the second Monday night game. I haven't even looked at it, um, but yeah, that's the main slate. Now for everyone's favorite segment, the surefire double unit guaranteed not to lose picks of the week. Um, I I'll go first, because I want to formally apologize. That Panthers pick, not very good. Not
It's
very
not your
good.
fault. You can't
It
control lightning.
it
Not
the
your
Lightning
fault.
the Lightning would have, I feel like, could have helped me, truthfully, because they were down going into the delay.
I was gonna say they're already getting spanked. So it wasn't really.
I thought it was delayed before it even started.
No, it
No,
was delayed like second quarter, I think.
yeah, like halfway through the
Hmm.
second quarter, and then they went to halftime after like 5 minutes,
Yeah.
um, which was, I don't know, kind of silly, but it makes sense. But that was a bad pick. That was me. That was week one. Will, he's dead now. He's gone. Um, this week, my double unit surefire play, guaranteed not to lose, is the Patriots and the Dolphins under 43 and a half. Both these teams stink. Uh, the Patriots only put up 13 against, uh, fair enough, very well coached Raiders team. Now they have a good coach. I feel like they can actually win some games. Um, However, Brock Bowers went out, so I don't think he will be there. I don't think they will score as many points. Um, the
I think he's going to
Dolphins,
play though.
who's to say? Anyway, um,
Just saying.
but the Dolphins look like dog shit. Um, but the Patriots, I think they are still going to struggle on offense. I saw that their rookie their rookie O lineman was shit his pants, gave up like five pressures and two sacks last game. So um, yeah, I don't think things are going to go well in this game. So I'm going under 43 and a half. Um, yeah. Also, it's a divisional matchup. Those are always unnecessarily silly. And so I'm hoping the silliness rides in the fact that, oh, I hope someone scores. But anyway, that's my play. Sean, what's your play? What's your surefire double unit guaranteed not to lose pick of the week?
Surefire double guaranteed not to lose pick of the week is Jags Bengals under 49 and a half.
Oh,
This is a crazy line. 49 and a half for the Jags Bengals. That's crazy. First off, this spot lines up with just one of the strongest early angles that we've seen from our friends at Trend Center. Non-playoff team unders. When two teams from the same conference meet before week 3 and both miss the playoffs the prior year, the under has been the most profitable side, and it speaks to how these teams usually start off offensively slow and still figuring things out. Um, these quarterbacks here are both bringing question marks in early season scoring environments. Joe Burrow has been brutal in weeks 1 to 2. He is 3-8 against the spread, and his teams have routinely struggled to get into rhythm early. Cincinnati hasn't led wire to wire in any week 1 or week 2 games since 2019, and they are just averaging 19 points per game in those matchups. And Joe Burrow himself is managing only 113 passing yards between weeks 1 and weeks 2. On the other side, Trevor Lawrence has a home cover streak, but when you take him on the road, the scoring efficiency drops. Jacksonville has been inconsistent, struggled together productive offensive games, especially after forcing turnovers. They are just 2-9 straight up in games following sorry, I'm trying to read my notes. Following one where the defense took the ball away. Um, that means they can't always parlay extra possessions into points. Defensively, the Bengals quietly shine against weaker rush defense. They're 22-8-1 against the spread since 2022 against teams allowing 100 plus yards on the ground. But that also speaks to how they control tempo in these spots. If Chase Brown continues to miss forced tackles like he did in week 1, Cincinnati can lean on the run, bleed clock, and keep the score lower than expected. So when you put it all together, non-playoff team unders trend, Joe Burrow slow starts, Jacksonville offense sputters on the road, Cincinnati ground games just lean on the clock. All signs point to under 49. This number just feels incredibly inflated. Asking these two teams to hang 50 is kind of boggling my mind, and I was kind of shocked to see where this line was when I got to it. So, surefire double unit guarantee not to lose pick of the week. Jags Bengals under 49 and a half. Chris, what you
before
got?
Chris before Chris
Okay,
gets to his
sure.
his pick, um, I completely forgot that the Bengals are notoriously slow starters. Um, hell yes, that's awesome. Also, that video of Myles Garrett putting Joe Burrow in the dirt. Oh my God, this guy might die by week 4.
Yes,
How
and
how
also
did
this is
he not
this.
die?
He's Joe Cool. Joe Cool
But
can't die.
Miles Garrett is a massive human shot out of a fucking cannon.
Yeah.
Like I saw that, I was like, if that hit me, I would have been physically broken in half into 2 pieces.
I would have
Uh-huh.
retired.
No,
Yeah.
I would have been a dead person.
Um, I will say this is the second time in a row that I will be surefiring the Bengals in some sort of way.
It's the
So,
worst that could happen.
what's the worst that can happen? Um, I was asking for Joey B to be on my side. Now I'm asking him to suck balls, which he might. But
Very possible.
Chris, we've got two unders. Do we have a third under for a surefire? Because that would be hilarious.
We are not.
Okay.
We have the opposite. We have an over.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Game we already talked about. Bills Jets over 45 or yeah, 45 and a half.
Love it.
I was saving a little stat for this one from our friends at the Trend Center. This is a deep one, so bear with me for a second. So, since 1994, when the Jets are playing a team in the AFC, and that team, that their opponents total went over in the previous game, and the Jets total also went over in the previous game. When the total in the current game is between 49 and 29, and the spread is less than 9, the over is 53 and 24, 9-1 in the last 10 on a 3-game win streak. So, Jets, Bills, over 45 and a half. Take it to the motherfucking bank. Give me some points with some, if we're going by week 1, some dog shit defenses. So, over 45 and a half. Surefire, guaranteed not to lose. Let's go 2-0.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Love it.
Hell yeah.
That was a lot of stats.
No,
the only one
I
that's going
did-
to
that
was
matter
good.
is when you're up double unit after this cashes.
I did give that stat when I was talking about that game too.
Oh, you did?
I did, but it's okay.
My bad. I thought you gave out a different one.
I gave out two,
Oh,
which were
my
both,
bad.
they were both sides of the, no, it's, don't apologize. It's, we're working for each other. So,
Well, could have just said the one that Sean said before it looked like an idiot stumbling through that thing.
it's all right.
Over 45
right.
and a half.
It's all right. Well,
It's all right. It's all right.
this, if you parlay all these, I think this is a winner. I think this is a winner right here. This is it.
That's what we said last week.
Well, I was a moron last week.
I was also a moron. Don't sell yourself short. You weren't the only one to lose your surefire.
I was a dullard. Anyway, moving on. So extra plays of the week. I will have a Monday night another Monday night play because there's 2 games this week. I have not yet looked at it. I know it's the Chargers and the Raiders. I haven't even looked at the line yet, but I will later, and that'll be on the Twitter. Unless you guys have a play for it. I only have one extra play, which feels like a rat line, but I think I'm going to take it anyway. It's the Niners minus 4.5 against the Saints. I don't think the Saints are good in any aspect of the game, so I'm taking Niners minus 4.5. Yes, Chris.
Possibly it's looking like, but I don't think it's official yet. No Purdy and no Kittle. That's official.
Okay, well, maybe I will take a look at that later. So I'll mark it with some question marks like this.
So I think the line's already moved to 3.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, I'm going to throw it to you, Chris.
All
What are
right.
your extra plays?
Sounds good. All right. Well, I already talked about a game that was going to suck earlier in the Broncos Colts. This one's also going to suck. Will touched on it earlier. That's Pat's Dolphins under 43.5. This is going to be a brutal watch. Both these offenses can't move the football. This feels like a game Mike Vrabel is just going to want to get in there and just muck the hell up. He sees Mike McDaniel and his fancy little like nerdy offense. He's like, you know what? I'm just going to go in there with some fucking football players. We're going to play defense. We're going to try to win this game. If this is higher than 17-13, I'll be kind of surprised. That being said, it'll probably be a shootout. But Pat's Dolphins under 43.5. Sean made some really good points about this during his surefire, but I'm sticking with my gut. Bengals minus 3.5. Not really so much a bet on the Bengals, more a bet against the Jags. I think they're getting too much credit for beating up on what seems to be a dead Panthers team. I don't think this game will be a particularly fun watch. I do think it will go under, but I think the Bengals can squeak out a 4-point win against. The Jags just aren't very good. Let's just call a spade a spade. They're not. So Bengals should be able to cover. I hate this one so much. Bears plus 5.5 against the Lions.
I was also thinking about it. I saw a bunch of trends on the.
I saw a bunch of like that. I mean, not even just trends. There were a bunch, but then just people on Twitter just being like, oh, dogs who lost week one are like really good against, I forget the exact now. I saw like 20 fucking different posts about it, but yeah, they're really good against the spread. But I think the Lions might be going back to being dead. I know week one overreaction, but I did find this stat, which convinced me to take the Bears. So Jared Goff has now played 22 games in his career when the play caller was not Sean or Ben Johnson. Two, we could say, of the better, if not best, offensive minds in football today.
I'll
His
say that.
record in those 22 games is 3-18-1.
Oh,
Yikes.
Yeah. So I know that's only a few seasons, and what I will say one was his rookie year. So take that with a grain of salt. But he's still 3-18-1 without two of the best play callers in, like I said, in football today, calling his plays. I mean, the Lions look fucking lost. They they don't have an identity right now. So I mean, the Bears didn't look that much better. So I think this will probably be a low scoring game. That being said, I like a dog plus 5.5 in a low scoring game. So give me the Bears.
5.5 is also like kind of a lot for a divisional matchup. I mean, say what you will about each team, but divisional matchups, like they're most of the time they're always kind of a shit show.
I think Ben Johnson will be extra motivated too for this one.
Bears didn't look like completely moronic in that, like they lost, they were ahead and then they ended up losing. Like yeah, that sucks, but like they didn't look bad.
Caleb Williams did not look good at all. Like outside of that scripted first drive, I mean, he's just not very good. And I'm maybe Ben Johnson will save him. I don't know. Maybe Ben Johnson will be like, I want to win this game as opposed to kind of install my offense. So I'm just going to have Caleb just complete some passes. Don't fuck up. Um, but yeah, and it's more so like my last one. It's more so just a bet against the Lions. I think they might be really bad. So yeah, Bears plus 5.5, and that's my card. I will have a bet for the second Monday night game. One thing that I was thinking of just popped in my head. What's the total? Does anyone have the line in front of them?
I
I do
can in
not.
three, two, it's 46 and a half.
I was thinking about taking the under purely out of one of maybe you take the under in both. I just already have a play in the other one. Um, maybe take the under in both because whenever they do double or like double head Monday night, one of them always sucks.
Yes.
So I'm thinking maybe take the under in both, but I was thinking under in Chargers Raiders.
A late night
This
in Vegas?
that feels too high. I don't think
Yeah.
the Raiders offense isn't that good. And
It's two old school coaches.
yeah,
Hmm.
I know the Chargers were out there slinging the rock. I was not expecting that. But
Chargers look really good.
they do look really good.
May I spit for this Monday night game? Because I
Please
got a pick for it.
go for it. Oh yeah, Sean, give the rest of your card while you're
Yeah.
at it.
So I do have a pick for the second Monday night game. I'm going Chargers -3. If you go back and look at Justin Herbert's career stats, he's basically a coin flip. He's 42 and 40 straight up. Um, but against that number, he's profitable against the spread at 45, 35, and 2. The key split, when his defense keeps opponents under 24 points, he's nearly automatic at 34, 10, and 2 against the spread. Pretty crazy. This is the exact type of game script that Harbaugh wants. Defense first, ball control, and let Herbert operate. That's the order. Speaking of Harbaugh, he's been a covering machine since his return to the NFL. He's 13-5-1 against the spread with the Chargers. Historically, he's 55, 32, and 4. Good for 63%. Puts him in elite company with Belichick, Peyton, McCarthy, Dan Campbell. one of the most profitable coaches in the last 20 years. Even more importantly, he's 26, 10, and 2 against the spread in September and October. Starting season's hot and betting the numbers early. Um, Herbert has also been one of the best road quarterbacks. He's 26 and 16 against the spread away from home, including 11 and 5 against the spread in September and October since 2023. He's covered 9 of his last 12 road/neutral games. Chargers may be on the road for, this neutral site, or, this was last week, but historically, he thrives in these spots. So I'm going to go Chargers -3.
Minus
I
three.
just
Okay.
added that to my
Yeah,
card.
I'm adding it.
Yeah. I
That
I do think
Wow.
the Chargers they're here to compete also. Like they could very much win this division.
I think they will. I mean, week one,
Yeah.
just going off that, could be a total overreaction.
I mean,
I mean, they look far and away the best team in
I
that division.
mean, in
I'm gonna say
week
far and away.
one
They look the best.
to already go ahead against your biggest opponent in your division
Hmm.
is huge
Hmm.
for winning the division. Even if you split, your other these other divisions, like your other opponents in this division, they're not dog shit, but they might as well be dog shit compared to like what you got. Like
The Raiders are
you know what I'm
very
saying?
The Raiders are very
Like
mediocre. The
yeah,
Broncos, I think at most could split with the Chargers, but I don't see them like I definitely don't see them winning two. So
yeah,
yeah, getting one of the Chiefs early is yeah, to already have one in your pocket is huge.
yeah. I mean, that's just kind of it. I mean, just going back to back divisional opponents, this is kind of what the Chargers need. So I'm gonna lean Chargers -3 here. Even if this game probably I don't hate the under, but if this game kind of sucks, I expect the Chargers to win by at least 6.
I might take the under in both just out of principle that one of them
Yeah.
is probably going to stink.
Yeah. I mean, late game, late night in Vegas, divisional matchup. I don't hate the under, but I'm gonna go with the Chargers here.
hell yes. Do you have any other plays, Sean?
I do. I got 2 more plays. One, I'll make really simple. 49ers Saints under 40 and a half. You don't really need to look too deep into this. Injury plague and bad offenses make for a slugfest.
You don't believe in
This
the
is
Mac attack?
no, I do not. Did you
Who,
did do you do
who is he
you
referring to?
Mac Jones.
Mac
He's
Jones?
the 49ers backup.
Did not know that.
Yeah. Um,
Okay.
I was thinking about this. I don't mean to interrupt, but I just one quick thing. I have seen, granted, different quarterback, but I have seen this 49ers team without Purdy in person when I went to the Packers 49ers game last season. They were awful.
Yeah.
I know it's Brandon Allen to Mac Jones. Mac Jones is
Hey,
probably is better, probably, but
Brandon Allen's one of us now. You don't
he
talk shit
is.
about Brandon
Hey, Titans legend Brandon Allen, but
Allen.
they could not move the football 1 inch. So
Yeah.
yeah, I like that.
I mean, uh, it. What if George Kittle's out, then and Debo is on the Manders? Like
Is Ayuk still on this team? I
I
don't even fucking
Ayuk,
know.
Ayuk looks like he's about to. Ayuk looks like he's about to eat himself out of the league. Like he's fucking gained like 300 pounds in the offseason.
Why is
Like
every
Jesus
like
Christ.
49ers and former 49er player getting fat? Him and
Yeah, I
Debo.
know. What the hell is going on?
All right.
But yeah, it just keep it simple. Saints are the worst team in the league. Just under 40 and a half. I think it's generous. You get it above 40, to be honest. Last play, Giants Cowboys over 44 and a half. On the surface, the Giants offense looked rough in week one. But we got some betting trends here why we're targeting the over. Historically, Cowboys home games after and against spread win have been shootouts. Hitting the over 52 and 20. Giants on the road after an under in conference play. That's a 40, 20, and 1 over record since 2002. Dallas's offense playing at home at AT&T fast track should find rhythm, while the Giants offense under Russell Wilson is a question mark. But these trends combined with the Cowboys scoring potential makes for the over a very, very strong play for me. Over 44 and a half, that's my card. Um, so yeah, I think that's it. Check the Twitter for other plays. I'm definitely gonna add more than this. So check the Twitter. This is all I had time to look up today.
All right. Well, I mean, for all the time you had today,
I
you
think
had
I
a
killed
couple.
it.
I think you killed it. I
I think I
think
killed it.
you're surefire. Holy shit. You came ready.
Sean was
Dude,
throwing numbies around today.
yo, I cannot afford to have a week one again. I cannot afford to have a week one again.
Yeah, you're telling me.
I had to dig in deep. And I do it for the boys. I do it for the fans. I do it. We give these picks out for free. So I do it for
Yes.
everybody, you know?
Yes. You should never you should never pay for picks.
No,
That's
that's
my personal
stupid.
opinion. That's my personal opinion. Um, if you do it, whatever.
That's
But
selfish.
you should pay for data. And that's where our friend's Trend Center comes in. I'll do the ad read at the end. But Chris, I would be remiss. I know you're not mentally prepared for this, but I feel like you can be in a matter of 3 seconds. Chris, I want to give you a little bit
Jesus
of a
Christ.
soapbox here for what happened during the Titans game.
Here we go.
Um, I will give you a few seconds if you want to maybe write down or collect some one-liners, some zingers, if you want. Unless you've been thinking about this the entire week.
I
Chris,
mean,
I'll give you
I,
the floor.
I don't need any time. I haven't been thinking about it the entire week, but my thoughts have not changed from the second the game ended. This is the same fucking team. I mean, incompetent coaching, bad offensive line, dumbass penalties. It's the same fucking team, and it is what it is. I mean, that sucks, and people need to be held accountable for it. But it's just the attitude of people who cover this team. I turned on 104.5 after the game. I sent a message to the group me about this on the way home, just like seeing what they had to say, and they were chalking this up as a moral victory, and I that made me more livid than the game itself. I was like, how can a game that you gave away be a moral victory? Like it's like, oh yeah, the Broncos were a playoff team last year. They're supposed to be good this year. Cool. You gave this game away. This is not a moral victory. Like there are none, first of all, and second of all, it was the it was a kick in the nuts. Like, you had an opportunity to win this game. Brian Callahan is a fucking idiot. First of all, he is gone after this year unless we just rattle off some wins. He's a bum. Um, the offensive line is just it's never going to be good again. Is I mean, we keep making these moves that seem to be smart or at least in the heading in the right direction, and it's just the same shit every year. And then the penalties are, I mean, God, when you have one more yard of total offense and you have penalties, you're going to lose the fucking football game, and you should lose it by a lot. Titans are lucky they covered. Yeah, I mean, this team fucking sucks. And shame on, I didn't really think it would be that much better, but I didn't think it would be the same. It was like we had all this off season, all this time to prep, and it's the same. Like, what the fuck are we doing? So yeah, that's just
Yeah.
this team sucks. Yeah.
Yeah. It was just like I didn't expect to win this game. I don't think any Titans fan in their right mind expected to win. All the only thing that you really, really wanted to see as a Titans fan is Cam Ward competent? In which he is.
I
Lucky
think
for
he
us,
was.
I think,
yes.
yeah, he was the lone other than I guess you could say that the secondary actually causing turnovers. He was the one of two bright spots for the entire game.
Yeah. And that's that in itself is like, okay, we have we did one thing right. In this offseason, we were opportunistic on our opportunities and we did one thing right. Cool. Um, it is only week one, so we will see what else happens. Did you see that Brian Callahan? I really fucked up that name, Callahan. Um, did you see that
He,
he didn't
Doesn't
know he didn't know the rule? He didn't know the rules that an elbow equaled two
Yeah,
feet.
I
You're
yeah.
saw
an
that.
NFL head coach.
I don't know if that call would have even been overturned. I don't, even if it was, would have made a difference. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's
Just to have your NFL head coach admit that he doesn't know the rule. Lie. Just say, "Oh, I just say like there was someone in my ear thought we thought it wouldn't get overturned." Just say that and nobody would have thought for 2 seconds about it.
yeah. And in that press conference, Teron Davenport was just like, well, what about the other people on the sideline that was like, hey, you should challenge that? And he was like, yeah, we're not really gonna get into that. We're gonna keep that in-house. And just like I was like, so nobody knows the rules on that sideline. Like, are you kidding
You have to
me?
know the rules. You're you you have a one of 31. There's 31 no, there's 30 teams.
32.
31 other teams.
31 other teams. There's
There's a
32 teams total.
you are one of 32 in
Yes.
terms of my top minds in the game of football, and you don't know this rule. That was not not good. And
La-
then we were up going into half, and then we weren't.
Yeah.
That was
Um, I know we're showing time. Just one thing.
sure.
My biggest fear right now, the direction of this franchise, we're going to get stuck in a Bears loop, which is we get a quarterback, but we don't have a coach. And then we fire the coach, but still keep the quarterback. And then the new coach and the quarterback don't get along or don't mesh well. So we got to get a new quarterback. And then, but then it just doesn't work out. So we got to fire the coach. We're going to be stuck in a never ending cycle of suck, is what it appears. Because Kyle ain't the fucking guy. So I'd say you fire him after, again, unless we just go on a run, which I don't see happening. Fire him after this season, get someone in where you can get 3, maybe 4 years with Cam, and then let's try to do something.
yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to end it.
Well, real quick. So the Colts owner, Carly Earsay,
Ursa, yeah,
yeah, she sits on the sideline with a headset in,
love it.
knowing that she's like, I want to know if these people are like just talking shit, like if they know what they're talking about. Um, at first when I saw that, I was like, yo, what are you talking about? But now I'm like, you should kind of get somebody like this. But
Miss Amy needs to take a lesson from that.
yeah.
Yep.
Wrap it up, Will.
All right. Thank you so much for listening, watching. Really appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe. Really helps our reach. Check out the Trend Center app. Use code TFTM, 15% off the free membership. And we'll see you next week. The three of us. Now let's make some money.
Woo. Yeah.
All right. Hell yeah.